Welcome to Hit Bullseye CAT 2020 analysis, and today right now we will be discussing about the third slot of CAT 2020, as we discussed early two slots, and we discussed in the morning also that since last 3-4 years the CAT paper has been by design almost the same. Why this paper is kept same by design is because they want to reduce the pangs of scaling, in fact, which created a lot of problems in the past. So if you see by design, the paper, all the three slots were absolutely the same in terms of the composition. And if you see we have been talking to so many students, some of the faculty have gone and taken the exam, and if you see that the exam in terms of the structure and the planning and the details. So overall what we have seen is that the verbal we had 4 RC passages, and they were from different area, like one was from American culture and something related to literature, and then the RC passages, one passage was quite lengthy, otherwise most of the questions they were inference based, they were not direct. So overall the RC was almost as it was in slot 1 and 2, and overall we have talked to students. So attempt of 16 to 20 have been reported by students. Now please remember, all the ranges I am giving is the people who are aspiring for IIMs and the top colleges. Obviously if your attempt is less, obviously there are the percentile also is less. Here we are talking about typical 99 percentile, because there is a lot of difference between 99 and 100 percentile. So I am saying 99 percentile is the benchmark figure which we are trying to figure out, and a 16 to 20 attempt with a decent accuracy can fetch you a 99 percentile. That is what the first cut from the team Hit Bullseye. And the theta questions were from the para jumbles as well as from the odd man out. Summary, there were four questions, and there are total 4 RCs as I mentioned earlier. Now DI and LR was the again tricky section, but it was less trickier than the second slot. If you see overall the two blocks, one was related to games and scoring at different rounds, and one was related to arrangement. So both, so actually out of total 5 blocks we had, 2 of 6 question each and 3 of 4 questions each. Out of 5, 2 were doable, 1 was very tough, 2 were mid to solvable. So totally in DI the entire game is how you pick and select the right block, as the important skill in DI is not about solving, but it is about picking the right block. It is just like a batsman, it is not about only the right ball to hit, and that is the most important, identify the right block. So overall students have reported an attempt of 13 to 16 attempt in this section with a good accuracy. So in DI I say good accuracy is something around 75% is, I call it a good accuracy. In verbal I will say 70% is a good accuracy. So in this section if you have 13 to 16 attempt with a good accuracy, you may fetch 99 percentile. And the third section which is mathematics, again like earlier 2 blocks, 2 slots, the math section had some questions which were requiring a lot of calculation and taking a lot of time. So questions were not very high level of difficulty, but actually when you are solving these questions they were taking time. So the time pressure was there. Hardly this paper, the time would have been there, people would have easily solved most of the questions barring 1 or 2 questions, but in the time pressure of the time given for a section, the attempt of the people have moved from 15 to 19 is the attempt. Obviously there are people who must have solved, and we have people who have solved as high as 22, maybe in DI also, but I am keeping in median range of attempts. So attempt of 15 to 19 in the quant section. So overall if you see anything around 55 put together will be a very good attempt, and a score of somewhere around 105, 110 I will use the word, will give you 99 percentile and at least 1 IIM calls. However, if you are looking forward for multiple IM calls, or for example if you don't have a work-X, we need higher percentile, but at the same time if you have work-X, maybe you can expect a call at a lower percentile also. But keeping 99 as the benchmark figure, we expect that to happen at a score of 110. And in fact, we have worked out complete analytics and as well as the complete table about different attempt range and different scores, and the percentile figures will be available on our CAT 20 analysis page. Just go to Google and type CAT analysis, hit bullseye, 3 keywords, you will be able to find the page. At the same time, we have very accurate percentile predictor. Please go and punch in your data there, and we will get back to you with the accurate percentile. Last year we have very accurate percentile prediction, and not only we are going to give you percentile prediction, but also we are helping out with the colleges. You can apply at a specific percentile. So we have a complete career guidance cell which will be working on that. So overall, a quick first cut from team Hit Bullseye for the third slot, and overall if you see all the 3 slots almost same. Only the second slot we had a slightly different attempt, slightly less attempt than the first slot, but 1 and 30 slot are almost due to the same in terms of composition. For example, in geometry you have always 2-3 questions. Yes, some of the areas, for example log, in this third slot we had 2 questions, time, speed and distance we had good 2, 3, 4 questions, and overall arithmetic ruled the roost in the math. So overall the paper was on the predicted. Now the only surprise I think in this CAT paper was the number of questions. In fact, we were expecting them to be around 65 to 70, but I think the number of questions are more. But overall what we have seen is the overall attempt is almost in the same range, whether the number of questions are high or more. That's what we have seen in the mocks at Hit Bullseye mocks. So overall that's the first cut from my side. Thank you very much.